a song, the debut hit for Frankie Goes to Hollywood, who took the world by storm with that song. I can't believe 40 years ago. The hits didn't stop there, of course. Hands up, who had a Frankie Says Relax t-shirt, my hands in the air. Even Rachel from Friends had one, I remember that. And he's here to tell us about the 40th anniversary celebrations of that song, loads more. The man himself, Holly Johnson, looking resplendent, may I say.
Thank you, Michael.
You made an effort.
I did make an effort. It is the BBC, after all.
Yes, there are standards. You can see that I fall well below them.
Well, no, you look fine.
Thanks.
Look fine.
Thanks. I can't, but how is it 40 years?
Well, it's 40 years since the actual release.
Right.
In October.
Right.
Although it hung around the nether regions of the chart till January 1984. And then we got the Tube again. And then we got Top of the Pops before they banned it here at the BBC.
So you were on Top of the Pops and then they banned it?
Yes. They played it on the radio about 90 times as well. John Peel had done an early version on one of his sessions. Kid Jensen had done a session where we recorded Relax. But it wasn't until they saw the video that their imagination ran wild and decided it was about gay sex. Can I say that on a Sunday?
You just did. And here we are, 40 years later, times have changed, we're playing it, and you're celebrating it.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you know there was only one other band before you that had 3 consecutive #1 singles?
I do know that, and that band is Jerry and the Pacemakers.
Another Liverpool crowd.
Absolutely. But what they didn't have is when their second #1 stayed at the #1 for 9 weeks. Their first #1, Relax, came back in the charts and held the #2 spot. So we had the #1 and the #2 consecutively.
Amazing.
I know.
And so you're going to go out and you're celebrating this. And all the work that you've done, your solo work as well.
I am. Also, my debut solo album, Blast.
Yeah, I remember.
Was #1.
#1, 1989.
Yes, and that is 35 years this summer. So I'll be featuring songs from that album and, of course, all the Frankie hits on this live show that I'm doing that starts in Glasgow Pavilion in October. Haven't played Glasgow for many a day since the 80s.
It's a good place.
Oh, I love Glasgow.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And it ends in Brighton Dome.
Oh, nice venue.
In I think November.
And the thing is, loads of extra dates have had to be put on because you're selling out everywhere.
Well, we had to put an extra night on in Liverpool, which will be about November the 10th, at the Liverpool Philharmonic Hall. We've also got the Birmingham Concert Hall, and there's another one or two.
I've got it somewhere.
Can I remember?
Gateshead.
Gateshead Sage, which is Newcastle, basically.
Yeah.
Although you'll get murdered for saying that.
But I'm not surprised about the Liverpool. Well, I'm not surprised about any of it. But you opened the Eurovision week in Liverpool this year when it was coming from
as Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Yeah.
How long is it since you've all been together?
Well, I think we hadn't performed together for something like 37 years or something, or 36, 35. 35. No, it must be 35.
Yeah.
1987, anyway, was the last Frankie tour that I'm aware of. And it was really nice, actually. Relations were very cordial. The emails leading up to it were a bit stressful. Yeah. There were a couple of question marks. Will Mark O'Toole get his first American passport to get here in time?
But that sort of adds to the kind of frisson, doesn't it?
Oh, there was a lot of frisson, I can tell you. But we needn't have worried. It all went swimmingly. The people there, the audience, were a bit disappointed. It was only one song, but that's all the BBC gave us. Right. Welcome to the Pleasure Dome. All these songs, by the way, can be heard on my live album, Unleashed from the Pleasure Dome. it's out on CD, but you can listen to it and stream it and get the live flavour.
Do you still love performing live?
I do love performing live. I've just got back from Germany where I did the Wörth Festival near Stuttgart.
Yeah.
I like going to Germany and Belgium and Holland, which I'm also going to include in this tour.
Do you ever see yourself slowing it down?
Oh, yeah, I definitely want to retire.
Do you?
But, you know, who can afford to retire these days after 2 years of no work with COVID?
Yeah.
I couldn't perform. I've got to catch up.
And also, it's in your blood as well. You know, it's what you love to do.
I do love doing it.
There's talk of a biopic in the works.
Oh, yes, Working Title Limited.
Yeah.
I've bought the film rights or an option on my book, A Bone in My Flute, that you can't buy for love nor money because it's currently out of print.
That'll change.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And great talk of who they're going to cast as you.
Well, yes, the lovely Callum Scott Howells from Wales. Yeah. He's a lovely lad. I went to meet him when he was doing Cabaret recently here.
Yeah, he was in It's a Sin, of course, with Russell T Davies.
He was.
It was sensational.
He was the most likeable character, I thought, of all of them. And it was a very difficult film or series to watch for me, that. Very emotional, brought back lots of memories. But I really felt for him and his experience in that. He was great, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was such a clever, nuanced performance, wasn't it? You fell in love with him.
Yeah.
Here's one thing I didn't know about you. When you're not singing and recording, but you're a painter.
Well, I do paint and I do make prints. It's a kind of other life.
Almost like a therapy?
Well, if anyone needs therapy, it's me. But yes, it's kind of therapeutic, but it's also the same as music. It's a creative, because I'm a songwriter, it's a creative outlet for me when the phone doesn't ring.
Yeah.
and there are periods when the phone doesn't ring.
We all know about that, Ollie. I know.
Indeed.
It's so great to see you again. It really is. Resplendent in that suit. You look very sharp, mate.
Oh,
very sharp
you.
Indeed. Just to tell everyone, celebrating 40 years of Relax and 35 years of Blast, Holly Johnson. The tour starts in Glasgow, October the 19th. Loads of the places have sold out, but there's tickets with extra dates being put on.
A few left at the London Palladium.
Oh, you'll love doing it. You've done the Palladium before.
No.
Have you not?
No, the stage where Judy and Liza sang.
Yes.
You know, I'm really gagging for that one. It is.
And do you know what? You walk into it, and when you get onto that stage and you look at, you can feel the ghosts and the atmosphere. It's one of the best theatres in the world.
Brilliant.
Have a great time.
Oh, we're doing a vinyl version of Blast for the autumn, you know, because vinyl is a thing now.
It certainly is, yeah.
So it'll be on red vinyl, a limited edition, and a red cassette in the autumn. I know.
All coordinated.
I had to get that in, or I'll be in serious trouble when I get home.
I wouldn't want that to happen to you, Ollie. No, you're the lily white hen who's never laid astray. Here is your song, Americanos.
Oh, fab.
We love this one.
Yeah.
Great to see you again, lovely man.
Thank you, Michael.
Good luck with the tour.
Cheers.
You can be what you wanna be.